Welcome, family. Welcome to another episode of today's Consciousness in the Conscious Community. And yes, I am your host with the most, your brother King Simon. Today's Consciousness in the Conscious Community is brought to you by, of course, our brother coming for the first time, the one, the only Big Chief Topcatz is coming in. The legendary Big Chief Topcatz is coming in a few minutes. He'll be here at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock his time. So we want to make sure. And also, this show is brought to you in part by Abundance Child, youtube.com/ at Abundance Child. Only the realest feel this podcast. So make sure you support our sister in whatever she's doing and how she's doing it well. Also, this particular show is brought to you by King Simon's Numerovation Sessions. That's right. Big up to all you veterans out there. I got anybody that supports veterans and those that are veterans all over the world. I don't care what military you is from. If you want to book a session with me right now from November 10th to the 19th, I have $60 off for the 30-minute sessions right now. So if you're part of that, just text me your full name, date of birth, and email to 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States of America, like Canada or England or anywhere else, the Caribbeans, use WhatsApp or Signal at +1 347-496-1022. And this is also brought to you in part by my 8-hour course is slashed in half price. Learn the Bath method, beyond, around, trajectory, hearing. Original price is $444, but from November the 11th all the way to the 22nd is $222. You can pay via PayPal, Venmo, Chime, or Cash App. Make sure you text to find out payment info at 347-496-1022, or you can email me at thenumerovator@gmail. Also, this particular program is brought to you by the return appearance of the one. Well, no, let's not do that. It's brought to you by my 30th celebration in promotion and productions. Keynote speakers will be Abundance Child and her whole Drop Squad Kitchen family will be there. And also my brother Blue Pill. Special guest speakers will also include Sister Kafunya giving the Sound Bowl healing experience, Lloyd Strayhorn, Joshua Sarah, Paris Williams, Mama Ella, Black Dot, and so many more that's going to be passing through. You can scan that QR code or go to my Linktr.ee /King Simon, the Numerovator, get the tickets for the event or the live stream tickets right now at Linktr.ee /King Simon, the Numerovator. This program is also sponsored by Green Studio NYC. That's my son, Prince Imagine, greenstudioNYC.com. Make sure you go to the website. You could book it. You could book it for sound, podcasting, event productions, audio book, all of that. The number is 347-455-9056. You can tell them that King Simon sent you. Also, don't forget Zaza Ali is coming in on the 19th. That's Wednesday, November 19th. That's going to be big. Spiritual warfare, relationship, frequency wars, and can the divine feminine maintain a connection with the divine masculine? And of course, in December, we have the one, the only Professor James Smalls. Before he head out to Ghana, he will be speaking on global spiritual work and how to use it correctly on Saturday, December 13th. Tickets are now available. Early bird tickets are $30 before December 1st. Featured speakers, guest speakers will be Sister Kafunya Ife and Felicia Harden from out of Hapi, and Joshua Sarah will also be in attendance to speak. $40 after December 1st. Tickets, the early bird tickets are available at King Simon at Linktree, the / King Simon Numerovator. That's Linktree / King Simon, the Numerovator. Also, it's brought to you by the book that I have out there. The book is called Numerovation for Mental Stability, right there on Amazon, and all the rest of my books that are up there. I'm doing a new book flyer and banner, so look out for that. But right now, I still have this. Big up to Star from Star Report, who designed this for me. And also brought to you by the one, the only Holistica Palace, iridologist, Dr. Shakira Moore. Make sure you support our sister. She's moving on up. She got another venue she's about to set up in holisticapalace.com. That's holisticapalace.com. Also, New Diamonds. Big up to newdiamonds.net. Hit up her, newdiamonds.net, for all the great things that she do. Also, And don't forget 340worldwide.com. That's 340worldwide.com. If you want some expert solutions to build your business and help it to flourish, call Miss Williams today and tell her that King Simon sent you. Also, I can't forget Nicholas Brooklyn. Nicholas Brooklyn is in the building. 10% off with all retail purchases right now. Nicholas is located at 1396 Fulton Street, and their number is 718-858-4400, and also Nicholas Cultural at 1978 3rd Avenue in New York, New York. And last but not least, we have one of our other sponsors, Lloyd Strayhorn, lloyd-strayhorn.com. Make sure you go to his website, show our brother some love, our elder some love, and whatever he's doing, of course, always showing him love. 800-581-4401. Okay? Yes, how was your day, this 11/11 day? Did y'all see the broadcast that I put up on 11/11, the negative and the positive of 11? So we got to, those that are born under that frequency, want to say happy birthday to my dear friend who is heading out to eat some food. Her name is Salwa, a.k.a. Camille, a.k.a. Susie, a.k.a. she just doing what she got to do for her birthday. Sorry, I can't make it out to go hang out with her and her beautiful daughters. I knew her husband from back in the day. All of us was in the Ansaro Law community, and she's celebrating her birthday today. So I got to shout her out, make sure she's doing well. Big up to all the Scorpio powers out there. Happy birthday to comedian JP Justice, formerly known as Jameek, and happy birthday to comedian Muga. My dear friend Muga, her and I are going to catch up. Today is her born day also. She's a comedian. She's an actress. You've seen her in the movie Manifest. If you remember that beautiful chocolate girl with the locks in the series called Manifest, that is my good friend Muga. I've had her on my show before. Today is her born day. We've been texting each other back and forth. And also, another one of our sponsors I want to shout out is the one, the only Professor Zahalia. Martial arts and dance instructor, online and offline classes available. Remember, you can contact her at 562-888-3478, or you can email her at professorzahalia7@gmail.com. The daughter of the great Grandmaster Urban Muhammad, of course. And of course, she teaches Sanukas, Rule Jiu-Jitsu, weaponry, dance etiquette, and the art and flow of touch and go. And last but not least, do remember I will be one of the opening speakers for the legendary Queen of Four, all happening courtesy of Eye Opener Productions. And we're going to be speaking about Women and Man, Heal Thyself. I'm a guest speaker. Paris Williams is a guest speaker. It's happening at LIU. So if you want to be a vendor, you want to be there, and don't be square and be a well-rounded person, then you need to come on out. Make sure you call Brother Shabazz or text Brother Shabazz at 347-683-8122. That's 347-683-8122. Okay, we're waiting for our brother to come on, and when I see him come on, I will start the program officially, because I know he's in another time zone right now, so we want to show that respect. How y'all doing in the chat? Let me see who's in the chat. Let's see who's chatting with me in the chat. Okay, Vonnie is in the building. What's up? Vonnie's in the building. FF Black America is in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Don Wilding, Wild Indian is in the building. Big up to y'all. Respect. We got a whole bunch of people coming in. R. Boone in the building. Abundance Child. Yeah, one of the sponsors are in the building. 340 Worldwide is in the building. Oh, yeah. That's right. And remember, all the links to Big Chief Topcatz, legendary Big Chief Topcatz links is right here and pinned to the top of the chat. You can go to his Linktree / Big Chief University, or remember the big event happening in Texas on November the 22nd. That's fadeofficial.com. That's fadeofficial.com, FAID official.com. You can go to that. We're going to show that website when I see my brother pop up. He's kind of late, so I'm waiting for him to come on. Let me make sure he's doing good, making sure he's all right, because I think he's used to StreamYard, not Linktree, not Restream. So big up. And so let me text him right now, waiting for you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And that is what we are doing, waiting for him. making sure that everything is all right. I hope everybody is well on this 1111 frequency day. Remember, 1111, the master number 11 is a very powerful frequency, but yet it can be very deceptive if you don't use it carefully. You know what I'm saying? If you don't use it carefully, 11 can be a very deceptive and destructive number, any number really. But because 11 is considered a master number over years, you got to be very mindful of people born on the 11, be mindful of people that are born under the 22nd of the month, people that are connected to any of the master frequencies, whether it's 11 all the way to 99, and also people that are connected to the 0 frequency. If you're born on the 10th, the 20th, the 30th of the month, like Anana Tower, big up to Abundance Child daughter. She got to be very mindful of that energy. So being disciplined, when you're born on the 30th of the month, you have to be very careful of being careless with your actions, being careless with your mouth, being careless in how you speak. That's why you need to always learn to articulate and project and learn how to articulate yourself to a higher level. Like if you get on Ra'Aku's nerve, Ra'Aku is born October 30th. So when you get on his nerve, he'll get reckless. Let's keep it real. My brother Ra'Aku will be reckless in your backside. Pause. And that's just how he is. You know what I'm saying? But he's also very profound when he presents his astrology, science, and methodology. So cosmophysics. So you got to big up my brother Ra'Aku all the time. Let's shout out Ra'Aku, one of our brothers. So we waiting for Chief to come in. We waiting for him to. He said he's setting up right now. So want to make sure Chief is in the background. Make sure he's all right and setting up. I got some clips to show and all that kind of stuff before I really bring him on. But today we have the legendary Chief Topcatz coming in, the big homie, man. He's coming in, still my younger brother, but he's one of the big legendary. Yeah, he'll be coming in momentarily, man, and I'm excited to have him, to tell you the truth. I'm excited to have him. I got some questions for him because today's consciousness is all about the questions. Today's consciousness is all about what's happening in today's consciousness, not just looking back at the old, but yet trying to bridge the gap between the young and the old, because there's been problems. There's been questions that I've been asking some of the elders, and some of the elders have been going off on this whole Indian thing and this whole FBA thing. They've been going off behind the scenes, you know, and some, when I ask them online, they talk about it, you know, and I had to, let me say this. One of the quote unquote elders in the community said something, and I'll read it, but I won't say which name. And he's not an elder like up there in that sense, but he comes from that ilk of science and all that kind of stuff. And you gotta, I respect science to a certain degree, but when it becomes disrespectful, I don't respect it at all. You know, when you start disrespecting other people, I'm not about the disrespect. I'm not about the disrespect of other people when it comes to people willing to go and dive deep into whatever they're into and whatever they're willing to study. You know, I respect the brothers and sisters that are pursuing the Native American and American Indian and the FBA. I respect all of that because I think that's important. If that's what you need to do to make certain identities manifest, I respect the Moorish paradigm, all of them. You know, so this I sent this particular brother, not yet really a thorough elder, but he's definitely one of the debaters that be on Brother Sanetta's show. And he said something very clear. I won't say his name. It is a he. And he said, these Negroes made up all that ish, up and call it pseudoscience at best. And I said, and then he said to me, I know you think it's real. And I said, brother, don't assume, brother. This is what I wrote. Don't assume, brother. Don't assume, brother. I grew up in New York at lectures with Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and others. And if people are willing to spend their money to travel, to learn and gain more knowledge, I am cool with it until I do my own cross references. And then he said, get your money, bro. Just know all eyes are closed, not shut. That's what he says. And then I called him an officer. Jokingly, I call him an officer because everybody's trying to control the narrative of other people when you don't have to control. If people like Big Chief Topcatz is willing to go to Mexico or study the mounds right here in America and find that certain things, boom. If Dr. Ben and them was willing to go over to Egypt and find out more and that connection, boom. If Dr. Khalid was willing to make a connection through the Barren Straits and all that kind of stuff, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was like, hey, I'm with all of it, as long as we practice some type of unity, because at the end of the day, the one who have the lesser melanin has taken over the whole world. And the clip that I'm about to play, I'm waiting for Big Chief to get on. I'm waiting for him to log in. The clip that I'm about to play comes from a movie called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. And if we want to have this land, the clip explains what we need to do. And Big Chief and most of these guys like Dan Calloway and all these other brothers that are doing their work have never been in certain rooms with me and those elders. And I recall when we was at Alton Maddox spot, some of the elders had to say they had to become spooks who sat by the door. They had to take their money so they can infiltrate behind enemy lines, get their money, get what they have to get for them, but for the university, but also get what they had to get to come and teach us at a UAM or at a African World. And they had to come and they had to do what they had to do. People back in the day, some elders risked their lives. And that's why I don't like when the younger generals disrespect the older generals, because the older generals didn't have all of this. We didn't have all this so-called freedom and all this. They didn't have all this stuff. The people that was in their 70s, or people like Professor James Smalls or Runoko Rashidi, or people like Ashwa Kwesi, they didn't have all this stuff. Dr. Ben, they didn't have all this nuance, this new stuff. So you got to respect their journey and what they did, because some of them almost got killed for just taking a picture or cutting a piece of a cadaver off of an Egyptian sculpture, Egyptian body. Some of them almost got killed for this. And I heard those lectures. I was in the room with some of those lectures when these elders spoke that truth. Some people had to be spooks who sat behind the door. Let me tell y'all that right now. Some people had to be spooks who sat behind the door. I don't, and again, if I'm not going to tolerate no trolls on this. So nobody's going to disrespect any guest that I put up here. And if you try to disrespect, I will block you and put you on timeout for 24 hours and keep it moving. So calm down. And I'm talking to whoever's trying to disrespect. Calm down, because I'm going to ask him questions. I know what it's like when you're in the midst of teaching and you in a lecture and you're doing all that kind. But because everybody have their own perspective. Again, I can see number 9 as one perspective, and you can see number 6 standing in another area as another perspective. You might just see a curve standing on another, but everybody wasn't privy to be in certain rooms. I've done security for people just because I was in the Nation of Islam, or just because I was connected to Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. So we're going to be respectful. And again, who's this? Kemet TV? If you're going to be disrespectful, I will definitely cut you off. This is my show. I don't give a who you are, who you think you are. I don't care if you put Kemet in front of it or you put Africa in front of it. I'm letting you know right now, I will put you on block party. I used to love block parties too. I will put you on block party. Do not disrespect nobody. I don't care what you think about that person. I don't give a damn. This is today's consciousness in the conscious community. And if you're going to go on like that, there you go. I'll block you and keep it moving. That's the simple part. I got no problem. We could deal with that later. I'm still old school. I don't tolerate none of that foolishness. Believe me. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're a man. There will not be any disrespecting of my guests on my show ever. It's my show. This ain't Sinetta's show. This ain't this person's show. This is my show. Sonetta is a battlefield. So that's my brother, and I'm bringing him on my show too. Sonetta is a battlefield. He's an Aries. He wants the battles. I'm Aquarius. I'm a humanitarian. I want to find balance. I want to find where human existence can work. Big up to Kaba Kamene. People like Brother Kaba. He wants to find balance. That's all we want to find. So I put that person, Kemet TV, on the block party because I'm not tolerating the beautiful, the bull crap. And when you run into me, we can talk about it. Period. I'll be at Baba Heru's event. I'll be at Nicholas this coming weekend. Dr. Khalid and all my trainers taught me very well. We come in peace first. We come in peace first. As Dr. Moses Powell taught us, as we walk in peace, and fear will not prevail. We are not the aggressors, but if we are aggressed upon, we will fight with those who fight with us. And if we must fight, we fight to the death. That is our creed of the dojo since I was in it since 1989. So let's not play games on my channel. Big up to New Diamonds. New Diamonds, I might need you to help me navigate some things. I'm going to probably need you to be one of my moderators. Let me see if I can make you a mod. Yeah, I'll make New Diamonds a mod. Just managing mod. I'm going to keep it. Yeah. New Diamonds, I'm going to make you a mod. And Abundance Child. Where's Abundance Child? I think I'll make Abundance Child a mod because I know people can go a little cray too. So we ain't doing all of that. Not on my channel. You know, that's all. We ain't doing all of that. Not on my channel. So I'm gonna make Abundance Child, and I'll make New Diamonds a mod because I trust those two people. You know, especially Abundance, because I know Abundance well. New Diamonds, if she showed me her energy already, I know what it is. And we just met. So I'm waiting for Big Chief to come up. What's up? He said, I'm coming. I'm switching devices. It is a family. It is a retrograde. So I got it. I know what's happening. It's a retrograde. So I know he's going through it right now. But again, this is a troll-free zone. All trolls take a stroll somewhere else. All trolls take a stroll somewhere else. That is me all day. I've been saying that for years. And I've had this channel since 2013. I've had this channel since 2013. I never tolerated trolls, and I don't give a damn who you think you are. Even my father can't come up here and troll me, and he's a super Christian. So I'm waiting for him. He said he's switching. He just texted me and said he's switching. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. What's your thoughts on cussing? I don't do any cussing, but I understand there's scientific meaning, because not all cuss words are what you call it, are curses, to tell you the truth. Bobby Hemmett broke that down lovely back in the day. So big up to him. They say vulgar language is connected to France, Germany, different parts of the world. They call it vulgar language, but I'm not into all of that stuff really on my channel because I got children that watches, and you want to be respectful of elderly people and children that watches. Be very respectful. Be very respectful. So I taught a whole class on 1111 frequency today. You can go back. I left it up because I'm going to be putting it in my membership momentarily. So y'all better take advantage of this 24-hour spin that I got on it. I put most of my classes now and my numerovational breakdowns in my membership. That's what I do, or on my Patreon. So the 1111 one is powerful because I premiered it today, and it's a powerful thing. So how's everybody feeling out there? How you doing? We already got rid of one person, one troll. I ain't got no time for it. No time for it at all. I'm showing you respect. You show me respect. You come on my channel with respect. How y'all feeling out there? How has the 1111 frequency opened doorways for you today? I know it has opened doorways for me. And big up to New Diamonds. Yes, New Diamonds, I did see you up there teaching on what's going on with the solar flares. And I sent you something about the Keratin event of 1859. That shut down, matter of fact, the whole East Coast at one point. I think things was certain appliances back in those days, combustion started going up in flames back in those days. Aton taught that whole class on us back in the day. Aton Edwards. So Aton is somebody who can really get into all these solar flares and break it all down on how to handle it, how to deal with it when it comes from a physical perspective. But she was big up to New Diamond. She was dropping it from a spiritual perspective. Also, I will be sharing the link. Those who want to come in and ask our brother any questions, I will be sharing the link in the chat if you want to ask our brother any questions respectfully. Right now, he's going through device messy stuff because this is a retrograde season, and during retrogrades, stuff like that happen. We got it. Mercury retrograde. Me, I don't get too caught up on Mercury retrograde only because I usually have 2 or 3 computers around me ready to go, or I have my phone ready and charged up, ready to go, just in case I have to switch up stuff. And I learned that long time ago. So retrograde is, especially with Mercury retrograde, because Mercury deals with communication, especially connected to that 5 energy. It's teaching you, remember 5, because Mercury is connected to the 5, it's teaching you how to adapt, improvise, and overcome. That means you got to have 2 or 3 of everything. The 3, stay on the 3 computers. I have 3 computers in this house right now with me. I brought 3 computers with me. One for publishing and writing, one for this, one for just in case of emergency. 3. I got 2 cell phones just in case of emergency. One goes out, I got another one. Disaster preparedness, 3 of this, 3 of that, 3 of this, 3 of that, 3 of that, 3 weeks or 3 months of supplies. You got to keep, that's how you got to do. That's how you got to think. All right. But yes, it is going to be a powerful show as soon as our brother get on. You know, he's late. You know, he's fashionably late. He's a number 22. He's born under that master number frequency. So sometimes them 22s could be something else. Be up to them 22 energy. And we're broadcasting on Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. All right. All right. So family, please be patient. Our brother had some technical difficulties going on. We're waiting for him to show up and show out because we're going to ask them questions. And I will accept questions in the chat also. I will accept questions in the chat also. Respectable questions. No bull crap. Respectable questions. All right. Just want to let y'all know that. Okay. So as we're waiting for the brother, always remember that 1111 and the numbers like master numbers, angel numbers came about gradually after recognizing patterns, cycles, and sequences. So because we're here on November the 11th, when you add it all together now, you add that November 11th is 22, then you add it to the number 9 year, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So this universal day is a 31 day, which deals with expansion and creativity, but also it leads to the number 4, which is discipline. So please come on here with discipline, with order, with structure. Be mindful on how you come up here, especially at this time, because we're willing to expand and grow with our brother and what he has to say and what he has to present. We're willing to be creative and be open to the new form of creativity. Because at the end of the day, beyond this physical flesh and beyond where you from, and if I'm a Caribbean or if I'm an FBA or if I'm an Indian or which I'm a Native American, which I'm African, energy is constant. It only changes form. The energy is constant. And the only purest thing is pure energy. And that resides within our very essence. You know what I'm saying? King Simon, are you doing appointments for? Yes, I am. And matter of fact, I got those who want to book a session with me. I got $60 off. I got a $60 off right now for Veterans Day. Those who may know veterans, you don't have to be a veteran to get this. $60 off for the 30-minute sessions. My 15 and 10-minute sessions, that's a whole nother price. My 60-minute session, but I don't do compatibility sessions anymore. I do still do 60-minute sessions if people ask, but right now $60 off from my 30-minute sessions. That means you will get to enjoy. You get to enjoy the powers of numbers and get to talk to me directly. That's 15 and 10 minutes. You don't get to talk to me directly. You actually get a pre-recording of whatever 3 to 4 questions that you ask. But the 30 minutes, you get to talk to me directly. You receive a breakdown of your full name from the Pythagorean system emailed to you, and you also get a free ebook. All right, so take advantage of this between now and the 19th. This is the selling point right here, between now and the 19th. So just want to support those who believe in their veterans, those who respect their parents that have been veterans. My father was a former Marine. My uncle was a British soldier. My other uncle was a Jamaican soldier. My son was a former Marine. My other son is former Army veteran. So I got them in my family. I never joined that. I never joined it, but I do respect it because I trained martial arts with many of the people in the Marines and the police department back in the day. So enough respect. We're still waiting for our brother. Man, he coming up late. What the heck going on with Big Chief? Lord have mercy. I'll try to tell these people. That's why I like to do tests before. But brothers say they didn't want to test. They can come up on their phone. You can come up on your phone. You can. Let me tell them. You can come up using your phone too. Using your phone. Yeah. So if he needs me to send that link to the phone, I can do that also. Let me just see if I can send that link to the phone real quick. Family, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back with Big Chief Topcatz momentarily. Let me just take this quick break real quick, if you don't mind. We'll be right back after this. Wepa, 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 wepa. I am back, my beautiful people. ¿Cómo está usted, my family? ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, we're still waiting for our brother. I did send him the link to come on through his phone, just in case he can't come on through his computer. Again, you got to have these things during this retrograde season. You got to be fabulous and fantastic with these things, man. You got to be able to pop, 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 improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's a form of Marine saying: improvise, adapt, and overcome in any given situations nowadays. And I'm thankful to people like Aton Edwards, who showed me back in the 90s, late 90s, about IATO, improvisation, and adaptation in any environment. You learn the terrain. It's going to take, you got to know your terrain. You got to know what you're dealing with. So, enough respect to our brother. I know he's all over the place doing this thing, and I got it. It's all good. But there is something I wanted to share with the audience before I bring him on. There's a few clips that I'll be playing. Also, one or two clips I'll be playing throughout this broadcast. But this particular clip, and big up to everybody in Jamaica, big up to everybody in Jamaica, throughout the Caribbean, and Haiti and Cuba, and everybody that's going through what Melissa just came breezing through. And I know when everything takes set again, it's going to flourish even more. But we gotta always remember that this new thing that they're doing called Vision 2030, it's not just for Jamaica, but it's throughout the whole Caribbean, and it's for certain parts of America. A lot of people don't know that. This whole Vision 2030 to be sustainable islands and sustainable this and iRobot that and iRobot that and this kind of thing. And they're going to try it all over the world. So we're going to either have to find balance and learn technology ourselves so we don't get pushed out of it, especially as melanated people. So again, get those likes up. Thank you very much. Get those likes up. If right now it's like 4,700 people, 47 people, 47 to 50, 100 people. You know what I'm saying? We got to put that energy out there. So we're waiting for Big Chief Topcatz to come in. Waiting, respect to King Simon, Chief Topcatz, and the chat. Thank you very much. He's coming in. We're waiting for him to come in through one of the means. He having technical difficulties. He always get on people's show and say, "Yo, King Simon, when you bringing me on? When you bring me on?" And finally, on November the 11th, a double 11 frequency, and he's born on the 22nd of March. So he has double 11 in his charts just through the 22nd. So I'm like, oh man, we finally got him here, and he ain't making up here yet. It is now what? What time is it now? It's now 8:29. We like half an hour in, man. But it's all good. Hey, let's go to the chat. Maybe you want to come in. Let me put the link in the chat until he comes up, and let's put the link in the chat and let's talk. Talk about what you feel about the conscious community nowadays, and if you know the conscious community of the past, let's talk about that. Anybody can come on. Anybody can come on. I'm letting you know right now. Any one of you can come on right now if you want to share your sentiments about the conscious community of today and the conscious community of yesteryear. So I'm going to put it in the chat if y'all want to do that until Topcat come in. New Diamonds, you can come up in if you want. Abundance, if you want to come in, you come on in too. Y'all are my moderators already. So if y'all want to come in, boom. You know how it is. I just put it in the chat just in case y'all want to say some words. I just put it in the chat if y'all want to come on the studio and hang out with me real quick until Topcats come in. And then I'll just remove y'all from the studio and thank y'all very much, and then boom. But for a person like me that's been into this consciousness since I was 14 years of age and been promoting since I was 12, and I'm celebrating 30 years as far as professionally promoting, it's been ups and downs. It's been, you've seen the good and you've seen the bad and all. You've seen the crazies and you've seen the uncrazies. You've seen the manipulators and you've seen the people that are honest with this information. Again, if you want to come up, you can come up. Either you can turn on your camera or turn off your camera and come on and ask a few questions, or come and talk to me until we get Topcats in the building. It is now 31 minutes after the hour. And I would love to see y'all, make sure that Topcats is coming in. He said Again, he's been texting me and said he has. Okay, wait a minute. We see him. I see him in the background. Hold on 1 second. I see something. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I know he's laughing. Okay, forget it. Don't nobody come up. I'm gonna take it off. Nobody come up right now. Let me knock it right off until I'm ready to bring y'all up. All right, because I see him in the background, and I want to make sure my brother is coming on with a well. But before I bring my brother on right now, I want to play something, brother. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, can I play something? Just shake your head, yes or no. All right, hold on. Before I break them out, I have to bring on this movie because many of our elders, unbeknownst to people like Topcatz or Dane Calloway or everybody that's been promoting American Indian, Native Indian, FBA and all that, unlike them, they don't know that some of our people, some of our elders spoke to us privately in the UAM back in the day. And this clip is coming from a movie called Spook Who Sat by the Door. And many of our elders had to take their money, give them, the Europeans, what they want in their university. But when they came to us in the privacy of UAM, they taught us the truth. And a lot of these brothers don't know. So when people disrespect or say anything bad about a Dr. Ben or Dr. Clark or anything, and they don't know that type of history, I have a problem with that because they weren't there. And if they were there, they would probably be children. So let me show y'all this movie real quick. And this is from the movie. Those who never seen it, is on YouTube. The full movie is on YouTube. And this movie is called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Classic. Listen to what he says.
I can't figure you, man.
What's the figure?
I mean, what are you in this for? You want power? You want revenge? What is it?
It's simple, Willie. I just want to be free. How about you?
So do I.
And I hate white folks. Hate white folks. This is not about hate white folks. It's about loving freedom enough to die or kill for it if necessary. Now, you're going to need more than hate to sustain you when this thing begins. Now, if you feel that way, you're no good to us, and you're no good to yourself. You ever kill a man, Willie?
No.
I have, in Korea. And when you spill a man's guts in the gutter, you see how fast hate disappears, unless you like killing, and I don't think you will. Now, some of the Cobras will. Stud will.
Why Stud?
Because he's a killer. He doesn't know it yet, but he is.
Yeah, y'all don't know what that means to me, that particular movie. And without further ado, why I played that clip from Spook Who Sat by the Door. Those who are claiming whatever you claiming, it's not about hating white folks, but are you willing to die for what you believe in and what you claim? Are you willing to fight them heads to toe? This is what Dr. Khalid taught us. It's what Minister Farrakhan taught us back in the day. It's what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had us train for. That's what most of the people that are training. Are you ready for that? Are we just playing games here? So without further ado, I want to welcome on my channel for the first time my dear brother. Been doing his work right here on Today's Consciousness in the Conscious Community. We want to welcome Big Chief Topcatz, the legendary Big Chief Topcatz. What's up, my brother?
Peace. What's up, OG?
What's up, sir? How are you, my brother? How's everything?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to finally make my debut over here with the OG King Simon.
Man, you know me, brother. This is and I played that for a reason, because a lot of people, on what you're doing, what Dane is doing, what many people, a lot of people ain't ready to die for this, bro. A lot of people ain't ready to get their children's head bashed in for this. A lot of people ain't ready for that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A lot of people ain't ready. We could talk online and talk all this shit. Excuse my language. We can talk all of this. But when it comes to shutting down a whole country or a whole city like Torre is doing in Africa, shutting down, are we ready? That's the question. And we're not gonna go there yet. We're not gonna go there yet. My brother, how you doing, man? How's the family doing? Welcome.
Oh man, I'm doing okay, man. You know, the fam doing okay, the tribe doing okay, and we just pushing positivity, health, and wellness. And you know, a lot of people going through some things. You know, my grandma was just in the hospital for a week, so I ended up getting up in age.
Yeah, my mother too, man. That's why I'm here in New York, man. Making sure we are here, man. Just gotta do what we gotta do, man. You know.
Yeah, I want to put that energy out there for everybody that's going through something like that that's taking place right now. You know, so
yes,
we want to put that energy in there.
And you know, my brother Topcatz, you know, legendary, Big Chief Topcatz. You know, when you and other people start coming on the scene, it's natural for us that are, you know, I'm 58, so I'm between eldership and still rocking with the youngest, and it's natural for us to say, yo, this might be an agent, this might be a police officer, this might be a cop. I mean, look, hey, look, Rick Ross. They said Rick Ross used to be a CEO. We know, you don't know. They come in and infiltrate.
Yeah.
And we just being real. Let's be real. And
yeah.
Again, I'm not afraid to say that that's what people have been telling and calling you and calling Dane and calling everybody. I'm not afraid.
Oh wow.
This is today's consciousness in the conscious community, because you're a part of this dynamic now. When you used to watch all of us in the background, watch everybody in the background, as I remember, as you said to me one time. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And when new information or old information that wasn't taught is presented to the world, and because we wasn't familiar, because the elders was pushing what they was pushing around Kemet or Africa or whatever. And like I played on that movie, and I suggest everybody watch The Spook Who Sat by the Door, because the premise of that movie was a black man infiltrating the CIA to get all the information and come back and teach it to the community. That's what that was all about. And they told us they had to do it. So when I hear you or anybody saying, oh, they got paid to do this and paid to do that, but y'all wasn't in the private rooms listening to what they said to us. You understand? That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people keep on saying, yes, they work for university. A lot of them work for universities, but they came in, you know, it was Alton Maddox in New York, that because Jews was able to shut down other people from coming in their community, Alton Maddox battled with somebody. Alton Maddox battled with the courts and was that only enabled black people to come into his lecture halls. He would never let white folks in when they talk in private. He was one of the baddest lawyers next to Johnny Cochran. Even Johnny Cochran couldn't even hold his suitcase. They had to get him barred. That's how deep Alton Maddox, the attorney at war, was. So again, going back is that a lot of people don't know that a lot of the elders almost got killed and had to play the spook who sat by the door. So again, I think a lot of the younger brothers that are coming out with this information have to rephrase what they're saying about the elders if they don't know the talk behind the scenes. All you know is what you're getting and what you say you research. So what got you into pursuing such a journey of finding about the indigenous Indian heritage in this side of the world, other than what we was taught and been promoted by the elders about Africa and Kemet? What got you into it?
My story, my aunt, I was leaving the Christmas party at my grandmother's house, and you know, I ain't afraid to say, you know, back then I was moving fast.
Exactly. That's right.
She put me to the side, and you know, and a lot of our elders' home, they had this one room, and it's kind of sacred because no one can sit in there. You know,
Yes.
the furniture is antique.
In plastic. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then they have these pictures
Yeah.
around the wall, and a lot of the pictures are in black and white.
Exactly.
So as a kid, you know, they'll kind of scare us. Like, you don't want to go in that room because you feel some type of energy.
Yes.
You know, so it feel like ghosts in there. So, and but she took me in and she showed me a picture of my second great grandma. And
powerful.
That, and she instructed me that this was. So I always put on my books. I'm gonna show a picture of her.
I'm waiting for those books too. I'm waiting for that book. Ooh.
I got you. You send me the info. I got you.
I sent it to you. It's in the text. Yeah.
All right, bet. I got you this week.
Oh man, look! Oh man, great.
Yeah,
that's your grandmother, your great grandmother.
Yes, my second great grandma. This is the picture that my aunt showed me.
Honor.
She told me that, you know, our family come from a chieftain line. We still have a lot of the land down there,
right?
And we actually signers. Two of our family members are signers of the oldest reservation in Texas, 1855.
Right.
And, yeah, so
wow,
that's what led me on that side. But at the same time, I'm still, you know, I'm learning everything around the board, you know.
Right.
And yeah, so that's basically where I got my knowledge of being an Indian. That's what led me into you know, researching the Americas. And because my aunt at the age of 17, and I played this on many occasions.
Right.
I think that's one of the differences between me. A lot of people say, what you come here for? What is your purpose of being here? And a lot of people, they may have a source, but they don't have a message.
Right.
So I came with a message, and mine was strictly on bloodline, because that was the way it was taught to me. So I had recordings that I let people hear my aunt showing me how to do genealogy, how to cross-reference it, you know, and these things. So I got my foundation off of that. So when I came in the game,
right,
you know, it was already talk about America, but that the way that I brought it, the way it was different than how everyone else brought it. I think it was more simplified.
Right.
And yeah, and it wasn't more putting down anybody else. It was just about you.
But
and
you know, that's funny you said that, because I had to get rid of somebody that was trolling and talking about you already. And I said, look, this is a troll-free zone. I don't promote none of that. I'm going to ask him the questions anyway. I'm going to find out, because I respect what you're doing. I've been checking you out. I've been watching you. You've gotten my publications before. You told me about numbers, and I didn't know you was into it. And you and I said are born the same day. I wish I could get both of y'all on together, because I believe if both of y'all, I know I can do it, because I've done it before with others.
That'd be an honor.
Yeah, because I think both of y'all can give some credence and some respect out of his perspective from the Moorish paradigm and from where you're coming from. And
we'll meet. We'll find somewhere to meet.
Oh yeah, we definitely go find.
Used to say, I'm gonna put my truth with your truth.
That's right.
Bring us closer to the truth.
That's right. And Delvin used to also say, there's no truth until you decide what truth is.
Truth is. There you go.
That's my elder, man. I brought him in until he passed on, man. And you know, so that's why I'm glad we're here on Today's Consciousness, because this Tuesday show is really a forum, not just for the older consciousness, but it's also for the newer consciousness, or what people might consider new. But like I said, and Big Chief, I asked Ashra Kwesi this. I said, Baba Ashra, could we have gotten it wrong that we went there instead of rectifying what was over here? And he said, I don't doubt that we wasn't in existence here. He said he don't doubt that we wasn't the original, but he wants the phenotype, he's saying, started over there. And I'm saying, I said, could it have started both places, bro? Could it? Because when you look at the map, it looks like a big jigsaw puzzle. Could it have all been together at one point, and then things just went where it went? From your perspective, could it have all been together at one point?
I say this. I say that it was a people here,
right,
with a high knowledge of civilization building that was far superior than other people here. And those people became the guards, whether it be the old guards or the new guards. But these are the people that laid down, that brought us agriculture, so people can even build civilization. Without civilization, you have to have agriculture, or you'll be following the herds. That's why Osiris is so prolific in Egypt, is because he's depicted as being green, because he's what you call a green man. He brought agriculture, which stopped the people in Egypt and Kemet from chasing herds. So now we can stay in one spot. Since we can eat from the land, we can stay in one spot long enough to build up these great monuments, such as pyramids, mounds, and so on. These free energy buildings, so on and so forth.
Right. And you know, interesting, we talk about the mounds and all that, because there's mounds here in New York. There's mounds, but they cover them. The Jews or whoever, these Europeans, cover them and then build different monoliths on it. And that's what they do all over the world.
Corners the energy, right?
Exactly, the corner of the energy. But I remember Dr. Clark saying that the mounds or the pyramids alongside Sudan and all that is older than the Egyptians. They older. They're mounds, and those are pyramids. They call them pyramids. You know, that's not really the true name, but it's been older than that. Coming from Ethiopia, of Sudan, all the way through Nubia, all the way. Then that's where they graduated. Kemet was a form of graduation, just like the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico is a form of graduation also.
So he's saying like when the Fourth Dynasty comes in, when Khufu and his father and them come in.
Right.
But you know, they bent the pyramid, so they made a mistake. They bent the pyramid. In America, we have more pyramids. Everyone in the world can put all of their pyramids together, and they still won't even be 25% of the pyramids that we still have standing today.
Here in America, you say?
Yes, sir. And I think that alone in itself shows that we were before Kemet. Now we have plenty of places, LSU mounds, which we actually went down there. A lot of things that we talk about, we actually go to the places.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted you on, because I know you spend your money to go do things.
We want to be sure this time, because we've been put behind the 8-ball so much. We want to be sure this time, you know, like the next generation needs to come in and have a solid foundation. So, the LSU mounds, they have a historical marker up that states this is older than the pyramids in Egypt. You have pyramids down in Mexico, the same as well. And the mounds predate pyramids. So all the systems that we have around Americas, they also predated. I mean, but if you go to Europe and Ireland, Stonehenge predates the pyramids of Giza. So
and again, that's just like I said. Dr. Clark said that was just the heighten of the building, but before that, it was all Sudan and Nubia and Ethiopia. Now they older than them. So again, we now do Topcatz Big Chief University have archaeologists that are looking up the dig or scraping the doing carbon dating, checking. Cause that's what we need nowadays. Now we got to stop the bull crap. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't play with it.
Yeah. Now I say this, for as science go, I don't believe in the carbon dating. It's been proven many times that is impossible to get an accuracy off of it.
Okay.
Carbon dating was used as a tool for people to write over indigenous people's stories as they hide behind science and use science as a vehicle to become the authority of these conversations. They find a rock, and the indigenous people say they've been here 30,000 years. Well, they're going to place that rock older than 30,000 years and say they use the method of science called carbon dating, which allows them to be the authority of the conversation and silence the indigenous people. But far as our own archaeology and doing our own digs, I do feel like, for the Indian community, I feel like they're pretty new is something that's needed. Yes, we need our own people in the field
Yes.
for the bloodline because their purpose will be different. You
Right.
know, if you're working for a foundation, you have philanthropist work or whatever, government funding, then it's agenda behind it.
Yes.
You know, yeah, they're looking for certain answers, whether to fit a certain narrative. And so if we had our own, we would look for different things than what the institutions are asking for.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And that makes sense, my brother. And that's why you have to get those archaeologists, and because science is still ours before they even got it. We used to call it magic, or before that, it was called before magic. It was called, those type of oracle traditions. We understood that. So I think we need to train our own archaeologists and scientists for this Western Hemisphere. The mentality, so they don't have the mentality of Darwin. They don't have the mentality of Mendelssohn. They don't have the mentality of certain people that already have a bias.
I agree, and that's why I would, I don't plan on being around, not alive, but meaning like just teaching. I don't see myself being. I got a couple years. I got boxes I need to check out.
Right.
I'm moving at a pretty fast pace to be here the short time I have been and to make the impact that I have made.
Yeah.
And so once I check all my boxes off, I look forward to going back to my other life. It's more peaceful, less stressful. But
I recognize that.
Yeah, early. But I my ultimate goal is to create a research center.
Good.
And within doing that, I'm gonna take a page out of the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
I remember going there, the women sit on one side and the men sit on one side.
Okay.
If you want to date a young lady out of there, then you have to court her.
That's
you
right.
have to speak with her father, and and
right.
When we go back, these are our traditions. I'm in the Yucatan, and they're speaking about the tradition of dating. Back then, this was the same thing. If you go out, you have to have a chaperone.
Right.
Well, these were the morals and principles that we had when we grew up, or our mothers and grandmothers grew up on. If you come in the house, you're gonna sit on the porch, you might sit on the couch, but y'all not going no further than that. And
exactly.
There's a time limit on it, and we're gonna have someone there with you. So
before the sun goes down, you gotta
you gotta get about it before the sun goes down.
Before the lights come on. Before the lights come on. I swear to y'all people, this was taught in the Caribbean communities too. Y'all don't even know. So that's why I know we all connected in our own way over here.
That's our culture, Even in the days before the cell phone, you call a girl, phone them. Their parents, their big brother.
Exactly.
What are your intentions with my sister? What are your intentions with my daughter? Now it's inboxes and DMs, and back then you had to call and you had to stand up, and you're gonna meet the family,
right?
And they're gonna make sure if you're good enough or not.
That's right. That's true. That's true. And let me say this about, and those that are just tuning in, I finally have me and him been going back and forth about coming on my show. Because this is not like
the perfect day though.
Yeah, we got a perfect day. 11-11, baby. And you're 22, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I have 11 and 22 throughout my namesake. So so. We have the legendary Topcatz, of course, his Linktree/Big Chief University, and his Fade, right? Official.com.
Yeah.
Fadeofficial.com. We're gonna show that website in a moment. We're gonna show because he really just got on because we had some technical difficulties, but our brother is here and I'm so honored. Big Chief, I want to go down this road because in this quote unquote conscious community, I really don't like to call it conscious community anymore because because I like what Lenore Honor calls it, conscious space. It's a conscious space we're in because we really haven't formed any real community yet. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are afraid of DNA. What is your tense on DNA when, although people are afraid to do DNA on their lineage and their heritage and all of that, but they will do DNA for when they want to find out if that baby is theirs? How that works? Let's stop playing.
Yeah, well, forensic DNA, paternal DNA, they would be different than mitochondrial DNA or any of these things that where they're trying to say they can use DNA to tell where you come from in the world. Now, if it has a name on it, DNA should tie you back to a person.
Right.
All right. So it has to have a host. So if you're going to be the host, it has to tie you back to another person because we're using DNA. Right. The problem that people have with the DNA testing is that it's tying you back to a landmass and not a human. So once we get out of the frame, long as it's, I have no problem with DNA, as long as it's taking us back to a human.
Okay.
Now, once it takes us to percentages or a landmass,
right,
then we can't accept that because it's not concrete. It's nothing. You know, what do we get out of it? And then you have multiple percentages in which, as the database grow or decrease, the percentages change throughout the years. So it's not accurate. And that would be the problem. Now, if we're doing forensic DNA or, like you said, paternal, then I can understand that. But if it's autosomal DNA, even when we look into these DNA companies, they let you know that by them using this autosomal DNA, the best method to find your people will be through genealogically. So even on their site, they're telling you, okay, you can take the test. Right. We can find percentages or maybe potential matches with people in the world as you, but you might, for a better answer, you may want to dive into your genealogy records.
And notice also on your site, you deal with genealogy also. I could respect that. Is it now? You're showing people how to get their genealogy or do their genealogy. Or are you doing it for them?
Well, when the site was created, we went 2.5 years, almost 3 years. We did genealogy free every Wednesday, and it was because we wanted to show them. You know, like Dr. Sabi. Yes. Mom told him to go build it and then come get the people.
Right, that's right.
You know, yeah. So we want to lead by example. You know, we weren't gonna make you pay for your birthright. You know, we'll just ask for a little bit of your time. You know, to come see what we're doing and help people find themselves in the story. And I think that's what really helped a lot, especially when I started meeting the ADOSs, FBAs, the reparation movement. They were lacking in a lot of areas, historical facts, and also they didn't know who they were. And so the genealogy helped them and it strengthened their case. Like I told them, if you're going to court, it's a legal matter. You need evidence. So if you're saying something happened to you, you would have to provide the evidence. The evidence would be in your genealogy, in your family story. So, I encourage them to look into their family story to see if something did happen to them, and that way, a solution can be had. Yeah.
Okay, and family, we have legendary Big Chief Topcatz up here, and remember his Cash App. I got his Cash up here, and I put it in the chat. That's $Nazi. Big up to that, and of course this event that he got coming up. I won't be able to make it. Got to take care of some family business here, and I text you about that too. But fadeofficials.com. I'll definitely make the next one, man. If I could make it and fly in and fly out, it would be beautiful. But it's just,
we're all gonna be together. We might come down to Atlanta. Atlanta like taking home. So
got to bring you to New York too. We got to do Atlanta and New York.
Hey, I'm with. I came to New York, and I was back on the plane 2.5 weeks later. I had to come right back. Yeah, that's New York. New York. Yeah.
We need, you could do a book signing at Nicholas, man, the world famous Nicholas.
That'll be legendary, right there. A lot of greats came through there. You
Yes,
know,
sir. Yes,
so
sir.
that's
Yes, sir.
I seen Red there the other day. You
Yeah.
know, that you
I
know.
was there. Yeah, I'm doing my 30th celebration there this weekend. So I'm there, man, celebrating 30 years in promotion and production. So we're doing it, man. And let me ask you, brother, you know, from your perspective, and be honest. I know you're usually honest in your own way, but be honest. What did you think our elders? What's the mistake that our elders made when they took on the African history plight? Because a lot of them were Southerners. A lot of them were born right here in the Southern. They'll say they was Geechee. They was all of that. Believe me. So, what were some of the mistakes you feel that they make that we need to add on and probably clarify and build on that? Because we still want to respect them and not disrespect them, like I see on other channels a lot of times.
Right. I say. I apologize. Can you ask the question again? Because
okay, I know. Take your time. Take your time. I know you're master number 22. Relax. I got you.
Okay.
Take your time. What are some of the mistakes you felt from your perspective that the elders made as far as making their plight and their connection only to Africa and not recognizing this side of the landmass, this side of the hemisphere?
I think that number one mistake was detaching themselves from their roots. And I say that because we know the saying, a tree with no roots bears no fruit.
Yes.
And we know the term, if you knew better, you'll do better. Well, I hold them to a different degree because they knew better. Now, they also knew what was taught to them in their home. Dr. Lyndon Jeffries, his mother asked him to speak about Powhatan history. And he said he was working with Alex Haley at the time. He'll get around to it.
Right.
Oswald Kwesi, one of the greats. I mean, not Oswald Kwesi, Runoko Rashidi, one of the greats. That's right. When he grew up, his family told him he was of Cherokee lineage. But when he got older, he found a divinity for Africa. Our brother James Small, another elder I respect, coming out of South Carolina.
That's right.
So he swept the mounds of his ancestors' burial grounds, who were Chakor Indians. Even Dr. Clark having indigenous ancestry.
Yes, right.
Booker T. Coleman, Dr. Kaba.
Dr. Africa. Dr. Africa used to talk about his.
Africa as well.
He used to do the Geechee. He used to go down to do, because he's from South Carolina. He used to go and do those trips down there back then.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think, they abandoned that. They cut themselves off from their roots. And by doing that, basically they cut off everyone who came into, their teachings as well away from their roots. And that set us back. That put us behind the 8-ball because, I got a chance to ask Dr. Valentine myself.
Yes.
Do you think if we would have put our focus on America?
I heard that.
And,
yes.
Yeah, and he agreed.
You asked him on Unscrambled Minds.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Unscrambled Minds.
My girl that
Shout out Sister Freedom, Big Mama, Five Dots.
That's right.
Yeah, the Mermaid.
That's my girls, man. Yeah, good people. I was listening. I was watching because I wanted to see how Dr. Valentine was going to handle it. And he's from Trinidad, and he was very respectful. I could see he was very respectful to what you're saying because he's done his research also. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I know he like this little young chump asked me because I was on my position hard, and it's because, I watched them, I supported them for a long time, and I'm like,
right.
We are behind the 8-ball so far back, and I'm like, I can understand people make mistakes or in that time what was taking place. Right. The Black unity, the movements and things like this. And I'm just like, it's still brothers like me who have to come back and recorrect it because we lost years, we lost a lot of knowledge because a lot of ancestors passed who had information. If we think about it in the 60s, well, their grandparents are going to be born maybe in 1900 or in the 1800s, you know, where we can get more information. And so those libraries burnt down once we put them in the ground and cremated them. And I feel like because the government asked, at the time they had less than a dozen people with interest in Africa in 1958. And they came out with the Special Defense Act, Education Act, where they wanted to broaden it and bring on people to come along with this African, to learn about this African history and to push it. And they created programs and philanthropy programs that gave out grants to a lot of people. And I just feel like if we would have stayed home, what we were taught at home and connected to our roots, then people wouldn't be so easily persuaded to sell Big Mom's house that's been in the family for 200 years. Once she passed, they sell the house, you know, and because they moved, they in the suburbs, you know, they feel like their house is in the hood or impoverished or bad neighborhood, and we throw away our memories and you know, things of this nature. So that's my only spite with the elders, is that, you know, I think they should have fought for us because we could have been independent. And I understand the mindset looking for a global allegiance. And that had been going on for a while, since 1987 with Sylvester Williams and the Pan-African Conference, all the way up through the Harlem Renaissance on up. But in the 50s, the government came with the funding, which brought a lot of more people in. So in 1969, the government was giving 19-year-old people 75. It took out was it 20,000? 20 million, I'm sorry, dollar grant, 10 or 20 million dollar grant. They passed out $70,000 to 19-year-old students to go back and basically indoctrinate them with this newfound African paradigm, which came out of Columbia University. A well-known racist small hat by the name of Milton Herskowitz.
Herskowitz, yes, Herskowitz. I remember hearing that story. Interesting enough, back in the day when Dr. Khalid used to have his typographical errors thing, he spoke about Herskowitz back in the day. You know, when Khalid was more on fire in LA back in the day with those, Khalid used to have some stuff. We had tapes of Khalid in the 80s. So I
like Khalid.
Khalid was my boy, man. You know, if you Google Khalid in Montreal, Canada, that's one of the things that I brought him to Canada back in the day in Montreal back in '93. Man, that was my brother.
I told you, the dinosaur. King Simon, the dinosaur.
Man, I started young, brother. I started young. That's what happened. That's what keeps me so energized. But family, and again, family, I want to remind everybody that he has something coming up. We're gonna get back, but I want to make sure that all these people that are tuning in right now, I want to show y'all what he got coming up on this beautiful website here. Yeah, he got something big coming up, family. You want to be in the building for this one. If you're gonna be, it's gonna happen November 22nd. It's a one day event, right, my brother?
Yes, sir.
It's a one-day event. And I mean, it's gonna be look. Let's play the video. Let's see what they got up here. Let's look what this. I love how you got this. This it's a leopard or a tiger. What's it? Leopard?
Jaguar. We're the Jaguars. We from America.
The Jaguar. Yeah, the Jaguar is American, right?
Yeah. Look at this cat in America. She has the hardest bite. One of the hardest bites out of the animal kingdom. She don't suffocate the animal. Right. They crush their skull. They don't bite for the neck, legs, anything. They want the skull. Yeah.
They got a lot going on, family. They're gonna recognize our holiday and stand for the Foundational American Indigenous Day, a specific event held on November the 22nd in Houston, Texas, which celebrates indigenous culture through music, food, and other activities. The Foundational American Indigenous Day It's going to be November the 22nd. Location, Houston, Texas. Activities include live music, Southern Soul, and Zydeco, right? Zydeco?
Yeah,
Zydeco, hip-hop artists, and art show, line dancing, and more. Of course, Big Chief Topcatz and much more. The big Indian business. Who's that beautiful sister right there, bro?
Yeah.
That's our sister.
She'll be there.
She'll be there.
All of the beautiful sisters will be there.
Look at this. I don't want to play the music. I don't want them to lock me.
Nah, you can play it.
Oh, okay.
I cut it out.
Where we at, Don? Where we at?
Pause the music now. You can mute the music now.
Yeah. It looked like a carnival in Trinidad on Eastern Parkway, bro.
You see, it's the same culture.
That's what I'm saying.
They have them around the same time every year.
Oh wow!
And I just showed. I had a lecture the other day. I just proved that we were performing these ceremonies before the European arrival. So that was one of the big things. They say, they get it from the European. No, the French didn't come down to Mobile and start the Mardi Gras. No, I can prove without a shadow of a doubt. Many sources show that this was something that took place not only here but through the islands.
Yes,
prior to contact with Europeans.
Definitely, yeah, man. Throughout Brazil, all of that, man. They've been doing it, man.
Brazil did it big. They had the big thing. They showed up.
They did it big, man. I'm telling you. They looking for vendors, family.
Yeah, we're looking for vendors. We're looking for vendors. If you want to vend, we give it. We're gonna set you up with a table, 2 chairs. Already, it's gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of people. I don't want to say that. I don't have no promoter hat on. I don't have no hat on right now. But I'm telling you, this is gonna be like when Stone Mountain. This is gonna be Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. Man, you gonna do it. You gonna do it every year, right?
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, we already been doing. This is actually our 4th year,
really?
But we used to call it homecoming.
Homecoming. Yeah. Okay.
So, after Stone Mountain, it kind of broadened everything, that we can get together with other communities and still be one. So instead of, just keeping it with us, we wanted to bring in all the family. We wanted to keep that Stone Mountain energy. And unite the tribes from all over, long as they're they're not on a disrespectful tip.
Exactly.
And we can come together. Why not? We're stronger together. So me and my voice, for as the indigenous or American Indians, I know I have a lot of say so in that. So my voice count, and with my voice, I'm gonna use it to say I'm willing to unify. With whoever's willing to unify and fight alongside of us.
That's right. Alliances are very important. Having alliances with other people are very important. I think Assata Shakur, the late Assata Shakur, she proved that just by being able to escape to Cuba. Although she wanted to go somewhere else into Africa, she went to Cuba and they did not.
It was perfect for her,
No extradition at all. Topcatz, my great grandfather was the chef of Castro during the revolution. So I know how trustworthy my grandfather, because he died a natural death. So I know how trustworthy he was to that revolutionary move. And Castro always bore witness to keep that connection with our indigenous people, not just but all over the world. So brother, I'm proud of you. The website right here, family, is fadeofficial.com. Fadeofficial.com. Make sure make sure y'all support our brother and his journey and what they're doing. If you're a vendor, you got some great vending wares and stuff that can contribute to what they're doing. Show them some love. Spread love. Also, his Cash App is also up on pinned to the top also, and the website is also there. I want to make sure y'all support our brother and what they're doing and keep it popping, because it's important, not just for myself. Is important for everybody from the communities, from melanated community, to unite and understand. No coons and fools, please. No coons and fools. We know there's always going to be agents. I already know. And
we're gonna sniff them out. That's why we'll rather have a small circle.
Exactly.
We'll rather have quality than quantity, because I never seen a group of people get together and be successful in nothing. And there's no shots or nothing, but as many Hebrew Israelites it is, big able-bodied men, I just don't see how they don't have a store, a grocery store, a hospital, our own fire department. It's too many of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things, and these are groups that have been around over 100 years. And so, it just behooves me to see that, and people are still asking for support when the origins of it comes from white people, and also Garvey had a heavy influence in it.
Right. And we can't forget Elijah Muhammad. He had his Muslim accomplishments. He had the hospitals. He had the boats. He had the planes.
See, and I'm saying that's what I want to say. And these people, like the commandment keeper was around,
right.
why Elijah was around.
Exactly.
But they actually acted on things and not served as like a dictator to where only the people at the top. It's a caste system you've created inside of this community, which can be so much more, with only a certain group of people really benefit out of it, and the other people are just there to follow it as a religion. I think it's just too many people together for no one to have leadership to the point. Okay, you have leadership to organize the men, but then you have the leadership to build a civilization or something for themselves. It's been done over 100 years. And it's a lot of people have put into that, and we haven't seen anything but a conversation, a Sabbath meeting, and tithe paying, which makes it no different than the Christian church, if you ask me, and that's no different.
No, I know, but how old are you now? Let me ask. Can I ask that? How old are you?
I'm a young man. I'm a young old man. I just say that.
You're definitely an old soul. Especially born under that 22. But first, I'm not gonna keep you too long. I just want to ask. I got a few more questions I want to ask, and if anybody want to come in and
I want to ask him. I thought we were gonna ask some hard questions. I want some good ones. Don't give me no underhand questions.
You gave me some good answers. I didn't want to go crazy, and I'm not here to.
Nah, let's go crazy. Let's get down to it in today's consciousness.
Let's get. Okay, let me. Okay, you want me to get in? Okay.
Yeah, I want to go there. Yeah.
Look here. All right, you want me to go there now? There is a lot of, you've been on Sanetta's platform. Big up to Sa, that's my brother all the time. And now he's identifying and recognizing his indigenous roots, which is fine.
When he said, I gotta tell Topcatz, I apologize.
Yes, he did. He apologized to you. And, everybody coming after him, like Unc and all of them, they coming after him, but it is what it is, man. But if you recognize it, just like I recognize the Arwaks and my maroon roots in Jamaica, it's good. You got to know those things. You was just in Jamaica the other day.
Right.
Yeah, and big up to Jamaica and what they're going through right now. We're trying to find one.
We're sending energy to them.
Yeah, we're sending energy to them, and we're looking for one of my elders. He's 93. We're trying to find, but a lot of the online stuff is cut down, and a lot of the Wi-Fi is down. So we sure he's all right.
Get it up in the mountains anyway. It's hard for them to get the Wi-Fi anyway.
Yes. Yeah, and that's where my family's from. A lot of them is from my mother's side is definitely St. Elizabeth. So I know they up there in the Maroon Town and all that. But You know, Big Chief, there's so much going on, and there's so much misinformation going on. And of course, today's consciousness is also about changing and healing it. From your perspective, what would be some of the healing process between the elders that are still here and the information of the elders of the past, and what y'all are doing today, what you and a Dane Calloway and Pontiac, Big Chief Pontiac, my man Rod Hayes is doing today, and other sisters and brothers that are jumping on that bandwagon, and making sure that it's a bandwagon that they're not going to jump off, or they're going to stay consistent, because sometimes these things come in and they go out. What is some of the healing process and the solidifying that you are trying to do, and the rest of the team is trying to do, to keep that thing rolling strong?
Yeah, I speak for myself on this one.
Yes, please.
No, I have a different resonation with the people.
Mm-hmm.
They view me in a different light. I understand that.
Yes.
From the warrior spirit to the, you know what I mean? They seen how I came and changed things. I brought the culture. I got rid of a lot of the confusion. I made, people step their research up.
Yeah.
I even start going to the places. You're gonna have to get off this internet. We're not gonna be armchair scholars.
Boots on the ground. That's what I love about you. That's boots on the ground.
We gotta get active. We can't say we come from a great people, and then when it's our time, we don't show up. Or we can come and have things to say about the elders, John Henry Clark them and Dr. Ben them that came before us, but they checked out the boxes. They traveled. They wrote books.
Ivan Van Sertima traveled. Ivan Van Sertima.
They interacted with the people. They had events where they took people back to Egypt or wherever they were speaking about.
Right.
So these are things to be respected, and these are things that I felt the need to. We have to keep that foundation, because without it, we're losing it. People out here putting up memes. People are using AI to source it. Yep. And I'm saying we have to keep the integrity in the game, because it's another generation coming behind us.
That's right.
But I say it to say this, as far as the healing, the healing is there. I'll say this here: a lot of propaganda was pushed our way that made us inferior. And some of the master teachers even brought it as that, they assisted in a way which they gave a thumbs up to the inaccurate history of our people. Let's say like Du Bois and them, NAACP or other people who vouch for these white authors who create these narratives.
The Boule.
Talent intent. But it's three different sections of Pan-Africanism.
Right.
Three different forms a lot of people may miss. You had the talent intent, of course,
that's right.
Educate educated class of brother. And then you have George Booker T.
Washington.
And Booker T. He wanted to basically train you up enough where you can work in the white man's, you know what I'm saying?
The American dream, the quote unquote American dream without
there you go.
Right.
And you had Garvey, which was to repatriate, to leave America and build a country in Africa, a place that he never went. Now, I just say this because out of all three of those guys, none of these was their idea. They were the face and the mascot, and behind them was white philanthropy money and agendas, and that they had to abide by, as we seen with our brother that created Negro Month,
Right. I know who you're talking about. George, not George. The other one that created Black Negro Month. Woodson, Carter G. Woodson.
Carter G. Woodson.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he started off and he used philanthropy money,
mm-hmm.
and the Rockefellers defunded him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he tried to go off on his own. They didn't work out for him, so he came back to the table and struck a new deal. But this time he was going to be under more censorship and surveillance. So we're not able to get the real out of them. You know,
mm-hmm.
W. Du Bois in the Philadelphia experiment, where he went in and we see there was a lot of successful free people of color there. But after he leave, they learned the ways to come in and look at Philadelphia today.
Right.
Yeah, and W. Du Bois, assisted in that, and they're breaking down the family, because back then, you had double parent homes, long marriages, big families, and he went in and learned their strengths, their weaknesses, and they were able to systematically put a plan together to dissolve that. And we see today that the condition that Philadelphia is in. But for healing now and land on this, I think the only way we can heal, a lot of people come here because spiritually they're in a place, the alternative is they'll go to church. So a lot of people is really tuned into a lot of the consciousness or the spiritual is because they're actually going through something.
Right.
And they may be looking for a soul family, a soul tribe, or words of encouragement. That's why they'll take on gods or customs or do rituals or ceremonies that they're finding from people that they met online. And it may not be in alignment with their bloodline and their ancestors. So they might not get the results because they're not on the frequency that their ancestors on. They're moving on the frequency that they're not on. Right. So in order to actually heal, you will have to tap in with your spiritual guardian or guardians who are on the other side, and they can only step in and help if you're in direct alignment with this covenant that you guys made before you came here. So a lot of people, the master teachers taught us about knowledge of self.
Right.
Knowledge of self, but through that, us learning it was us learning world history.
Right.
Hidden history about ourselves. When actuality, knowledge of self is knowledge of who you are, your story. Where are you in the story of life and of history? And I think that's where we heal it, when we can go back and find our people or what actually happened to us in the story, our contributions that we make. Right. We find out that we're related to people who were prominent people, and that gives us a sense of pride, in the knowing of self. And I think that's the highest form. So that's why I say genealogy is the highest form of spirituality, because it allows you to worship that in which you come from instead of that which is outside of you. Because a lot of people try to come and give us identities. Right. You a boy, brother. You a he without action.
Right. That's true.
That's colonizing tactic. The colonizer did that. The colonizer labeled us and didn't care about, what our bloodline or birthright was. They stole that from us. And we see through a lot of these schools of thoughts, other people doing so. So I'll say to actually heal, because a lot of us have been down that road or maybe through some of these schools of thoughts. I say go home, find your story, where you're in the story. If it matches up that you're more or any of these other schools of thoughts, then that's your place in the world. Find yourself in the story through that, but know and not let someone tell you, because now they have control over your destiny. And so in order to actually heal, you actually have to go home and know you're becoming my historian and not a historian.
Let me give that a round of applause, brother. That was bad. This is a more calmer you, because I know you're on your own channel. You get And I'll be hearing you on other channels, hyping up, and I'm like, okay. But
Nah, that'd be entertainment.
yeah, but you took
entertainment. You know, a lot of people, you know, they misunderstand me.
I know,
you know, people that know me know. You know, I like to mix the entertainment. I mix the comment.
Yes,
the comedy. You know, I want to make learning fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be boring. You know.
Exactly.
I want to show that we can still be us and still be each other. They might not be everyone's cup of tea, but to those that it do resonate, it do help draw in a younger crowd because they can relate more.
I know, I understand. Dr. Khaled used to say the same thing. Khaled said you got to be entertaining, but yet informational, educational, and inspirational. I got it.
So that's the route I took right there. That's what worked for me, you know.
And that's why even Sarah Sue said he does what he does. And that's why a lot of these people, because they watch Khaled, you know, Khaled used to dance with Donahue and all the rest of the way. Minister Farrakhan was more articulate and just stayed right there with him.
Yeah.
Khaled was the firebomb. He was the one that
we finna move the room. Everybody feel the energy. Yeah.
When I move, you move. Just like that. That's how Dr. Khaled
action. We gonna tap in. We walk in the room, you know, everybody standing, everybody on your feet.
That's right.
You know, you just go natural leadership. You know, you just go in and we're gonna touch the people. We gonna, when they leave, they're gonna remember you. You know?
Exactly. Anybody that wants to come in before I let my brother go, man, I got some more questions though, but ask a question. Y'all could come in. Y'all could come in and ask a question in the studio. There's no call in because I'm not at my regular spot. I'm not in Georgia right now. I'm in New York. So there's no call in. So you can come in to press the link and come in. It's in the chat. The link is in the chat. If y'all want to come in and ask my brother a question, you get a chance to ask the legendary Topcatz a question, sir. Big Chief Topcatz a question. If you want to come in, it's in the chat. It's still there. And I'm still pinning it in the chat over and over again. Now,
remember, be respectful.
That's it. On my channel, I've got no problem. I don't care how big you are, how small you are. I don't care if you're woman, man, or dog. I'll check you and say, no, we ain't doing this. Not on my channel. Not on my watch. That's what I learned back in the nation, back in the day. So we ain't doing that on my watch. So one of the questions that I do still have for you, brother, because, we know that even during colonialism, quote unquote slavery, we know that comes from Slavic and all that kind of stuff. We lost a lot of language, our forays, our mores, our norm. What was the language of your indigenous family prior to English coming into the play? Do you remember? Did you get any of that? Did any of your family members were able to share that with you?
Yeah, and also common sense as well. Mm-hmm. I think the fastest. So I come from a fighter background, so I always look at the game, like it's boxing to me.
Of course.
But the fastest way to get a shot to you is logic. Mm. So far as the languages, a lot of people, someone came and told us that our language was stolen. Mm-hmm. I started here. Someone first came and told us that we would take it from a land and brought to America.
That's right.
And which never been proved.
Mm-hmm.
Another was that our surnames were taken, and we took on the surnames of our slave masters. Now, when we go back and get a real understanding on slavery, we find out that we do have a name of our slave master, but our slave master is our father. Mm-hmm. It's no different than you're a landowner. Right. And so the occupants in the house, if the mother is, let's say, of Indian descent, then she would be, you would have to classify her down as a slave, and the children under child slavery would take the status of the mother.
Right.
And so I'll say hold on, the question got away from me. My bad.
The language. Did you find out what's the
logic? So, far as the language, the same language, we learn language out the house. I'm just gonna make it simple. I've made the logic for a reason. So, my grandma, the picture that I showed you, she was born in the 1880s. She had a grandma. She knew great grandma. So that'll put us in the early 1800s. I say that to say this: we speak the language that comes from the house.
Okay.
So we don't speak any other language. Now, when you go to a Jamaican household, you'll hear them speak their language. They might speak English sometime, but you know
they got their own they created their own dialect. Yes,
they get own house on you, and you know and so you know Bumba Clot, and they have their own ways. You know, same with the Haitians,
right, Creole and patois and all of that.
Exactly, patois, exactly. And so when a lot of us spoke English. English is not something someone brought to us, because even if we go back to Old English, when other people speak, and let's say we have another ethnic group on side of us, when they speak, they may use Spanish or different languages try not to, you know, for us to understand what they're saying. Well, our ancestors had that same method. You had what's called the Tut language, or what they call Pig Latin.
Pig Latin, that's in Jamaica too. Interesting.
We're gonna use Pig Latin. Now, watch this here, OG. Pig Latin is medieval. It was called dog language. It was called dog Latin.
Dog language, right?
Yeah, dog Latin. In the 1800s, they made it Pig Latin, which is English. It's broken English.
Yes.
You're using English words, you're just taking them and moving them to the back. You know what I mean? And we would mess the people up. So that would show you would have to be a cold linguistic or study linguistics in order to remember all of these things.
Yes, that's right.
So this is a language that's common to us. And when we get around English people, and we're speaking English, if we speak Pig Latin, we're still speaking a form of English, but they don't understand it. How could they give us a language that they don't understand?
And English is made up from other different languages anyway. Other than English is really a dialect.
Yeah, exactly. And when you get Webster's, a lot of English words was taken, and put in a lot of English words that we use today. It's an echo.
Yeah. I had abundance. You got echo, so I gotta take you. I gotta take. I just
probably got to close her window.
Once you close that, I will bring you back on abundance in a few. Cause I see the abundance child from Delaware, the territory Delaware. I just had to, so I'm gonna bring her back on. But I know she has a question. And you complete your wisdom, brother. You was dropping some wisdom. Go ahead, complete the wisdom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, far as the English. So in early records, you have the Roanoke Colony. Well, they found people with English surnames, Campbell's, Irvins, Prince. These names for European expansion. You have a language that come out of the mountains. What's that tribe? The Lumbee. That's coming out of those mountains. Well, they have their own language. What's the name of those mountains? It'll come to me, but they have their own language, and it is a form of English. When people in the Gullah Geechee, Gullah, they keep saying that it's an African language. That didn't come into 1983 with a white man named Joseph Afala say he made a connection. Lorenzo Dow Turner say he made a connection through a Christian hymn. Now, what I want to say to that is, during the Civil War, they took observation and they came out with the conclusion that even the Gullah language was broken English. Now, my grandma from the country, I'm second generation here in the city. If she speaks some of the words she speaks, when from a person from the East Coast, the West Coast or something, we don't speak proper English. Some words, people ask me today, "Hey, can you say that again?" They didn't, but it's a form of English.
That's
and we have different forms of it. That's why the English language have so many words in it that's the same, but they have different meanings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because they brought together amalgamation of different words to create what became English. but we spoke it, and that's why we're able to use it in the form of Ebonics and also use it in the form of Pig Latin to converse with each other without other people, even British people, English people, I'm sorry, without them even knowing what we're saying. So we can't perfect another person's language better than them that they can't even decipher it if it's not ours. Now, my last point on closing on this.
Yes, sir.
There's no event that ever took place that was recorded where they took people to school and taught them English. Right. There's no historical event of that ever happening. It would be impossible to chase down every person in North America and hold them down and teach them English.
Right.
They're not going in the mountains. They're not going in them bayous. They're not going, to find every person. So what'll be simple? Well, they misclassified us. They have the ability in the U.S. government. They didn't have a name for us inside of it, so they called us contraband. They called us freedmen, black, colored, Negro, things of this nature. Right. So it's easier for them to just change the name of the people, right? We don't stop them. We don't ask them. We just misclassify the name. Now we can let them keep their language, but we can control the name of the language and call it English. Instead of going out capture, the other option would be we have to go out and catch every single person in America and change their language. So instead of doing that, we'll just control it by changing the name and the story where the language comes from.
Powerful, man. This brother here, man. I see you've been doing your studies. I know there's something different. I already know that for a fact. But let me bring on my sister Abundance Child right now. Of course, this sister has been doing it big time. She got her own Drop Squad kitchen up in Delaware. The D, of course. Abundance, let's see you in the building. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hey, peace. I wish I could just call. I don't like being on this camera.
Yeah, you look good. Go ahead. You look good. How you?
I see you wearing the Mexamore Empire cap.
That's right. The Mexamore Empire cap. That's right. What's up, Abundance? Any questions for our brother B?
Yeah, man. I just want to say I just got put on to you. Like I've been in the dark just running a restaurant, being a grandmom and stuff. So I ain't know about no ride haze. I ain't know about cheap Pontiac. I ain't know about you. And just for the past couple weeks, I just been going through the rabbit hole. Like, he makes sense. But what I put in the chat was, you speak our language, which is hip hop. That's ours. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you could really get to the people, and you have a humility about yourself that is respectable in these days and times with the intellect and the intelligence that you have. I don't think it's so much that you've been doing your research and the intellectual capacity. I think it's that you've been doing knowledge itself, and that you listen to your ancestors and you understand what your genealogy is. So that means that you evoked the God that is in you, and you are back here in this time correcting our status. So on that note, I would like to know, as far as reclamation is concerned, in this spiritual, mental, physical climate that we have right now, what does nationality look like to you idealistically?
Well, it looks like a Band-Aid over an open wound. Because right now we have a lot of people who want to bring forth new nationalities. We need to all get together and make one new name. Shout out to the FBA, shout out to Solon, and we seen the Freemans give it a try. We seen West give it a try, and we seen Jesse Jackson. We go out Afro American. We go to 1967 to Black, and when they took away Negro. And we going by all of these, but in the house, at the age of understanding, a lot of our family tell us who we are. When we have to go to the family reunion, we have to go to the country. And we meet our family, and if someone passes, we have to go bury them on our burial ground. And so you learn early, you hear the stories, but you don't take them in. But as a lot of people got older, that's why it resonated and the movement spread so much, because people were saying, hold on, I heard that same thing. My family told me that same thing. And so, but once we get in school, we have to check the box of the curriculum, the answer that they have in the curriculum in order to pass through those stages. And even though it goes totally against what we was taught in the house.
I respect that.
Now, Abundance, you growing up out of the Moorish teachings back in the day, a lot of the brothers and sisters of the Moors will say what people are saying now is not connected to legality, what is legal. What Brother Topcatz, as far as the legal ramifications of the Big Chief Indian and the whole big Indian movement, what do you think is the remedy for the Moors of this time to mesh with what you're doing now to let's help grow this together and have a more legal understanding on how to make sure everything is on paper, everything is right? Because Taj will come up and say something else, Asir will say something, and you will come with something. So how can we all unify and rectify this? And Abundance, you can say something else in regard to that, because
that's going to be my lecture. It's going to be make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
So I'm interested to see what he has to say, see if we in alignment, because I kind of agree. Right. I'm Lumbee, you know what I'm saying? I'm North Carolina, South Carolina. I understand that my family is still on the same land, Muskogee. You know what I'm saying? Twiggs County, Dry Branch, Georgia. My father weekday in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I know who we are. Now, do I want to be more? I already told you, when I went into the African spiritual tradition and I got on that map, they was like, that's not you. And if that was you, you would be the Moors that were already here. So I had to leave the Moorish Divine National Movement. I said, I can't even face it. I can't. So that's when I created Emancipator Magazine. That's been up for a long time. And that's where I just take all the information and just, put it out there for the people under that brand. So I'm really interested to see, what does that look like for people like myself, people like him. We know that we're not Negro, black, colored, any of that type of stuff. People could come over here from all other types of continents and be white. But yeah, we still black. You know what I mean? Hey! Black is beautiful, but it ain't a nationality.
What it say? I'm not black, I'm Indian.
Come on now.
You're part of Five Tribe. That's his new book. That's his book.
I'm not black, I'm Indian. Yeah. The miseducation of Black Americans.
Come on, man.
But I'll say to that, I don't know what you're saying, like, what is the legal position?
Yeah. How they can unify? How can we unify? Because again, you might hear Taj say one thing, and I've seen him on Unscramble, and Asir will say one thing, and you saying, so how can we unify this and make it make sense? Like,
come on, man.
Make it make sense.
I'll say, if it was independence and like an allegiance, because historically under the United States, they don't view Moors and Indians as the same.
They don't.
Why do I say that? Because the treaties that were signed for the Moors, you'll have 1787 Peace and Friendship Treaty, where they're being acknowledged by Morocco. It takes another nation to recognize another nation. So the United States was newly, and they had new occupancy and new management over in Morocco. So they recognized them, gave them action to trade in the ports. Now, on the 1790 Sundry Act, you have a group of people that will be brought to America and protected under this treaty, Peace and Friendship Treaty. Now, when we go into the Constitution, the two things, the law of the land here, the Constitution and treaties, the word more or more is nowhere in the Constitution, nor is it in any treaties. There's no treaties on the land signed for Moors here. So the U.S. would separate them. H.R. 75 tells us House Resolution 75 tells us that the Moors found their ways from the land of Egypt, Canaan, and found them their new home in the Americas. This 1933. So they always recognized them not being Indians. They didn't associate them with the same people. Now, if we're gonna find remedy, a lot of the remedy would be through the treaties. The land that was taken, that is through treaties. A lot of the treaties was signed by people like me, my family, the oldest reservation in Texas. We have 2 signatures from our family signed on there. The for the land, the treaties. Let's use Indian Territory, for example, was taking place with the Creek Freedmen. They signed under Article 2, which they should have signed under Article 4, because Article 2 put them as African slaves and no rights to the resources under the ground or land. Now, in the 1866 treaty, they were given 160 acres and the mineral rights, but that's under Article 4. They signed under Article 2, and which was a big mistake, which was intentional because they knew better, but they're in alignment with people that saying we'll give it to you under these circumstances. Now with the Moors, I don't see where it'll be land or any retribution, anything owed to them, because even in the Revolutionary War, the Moors fought alongside the Yulee, the newly United States, which the British had most of the Indian tribes behind them, because contrary to popular belief, the Indians didn't make you change your name. I mean, the English, you didn't have to change your name with Britain. You didn't have to lose your territory. You didn't have to acclimate into their culture, which was told through the Daughters of Revolution later and after the Civil War. Those rumors spread, but that was just to take the heat off of them. Now, so that's why so many Indians fought. And I mean, it wasn't nothing but a handful of British anyway. We pull up the Tuscarora War, it's 1,000 Indians and 50 Europeans. So how is the European running the show? And it's 50 of them miss 1,000 of us. They in the back. They way in the back. They're not even front. They're not even running point. They way in the back. We finna go take care of this. But as unity outside of the political world, I think us having great minds, and in this time, it'll take. I always say this here: anything can be done as long as you have the right people. So if we have the right people, the right minds, that's on the same frequency and understand what is taking place, and we can all bring exactly that, we can bring our truths to the table.
That's right.
As long as it's result based and for our people, something that fits us in the day and time with the problems that we're faced with. Yeah, and we need solutions that can help us now, not Bibles, not things that were written in the past that may help them in their situation, but we're fighting a whole different type of war, and unity is something that we need. Allegiance is something that we need, and understanding we'll work out the kinks and all the rest after that. But when we get great mind, great men, and great matriarch, no matter what school of thought they're coming from, if they had the right purpose, the right mission statement, and their blood right, you know what I mean? Anything Big Mama say, anything worth having is worth fighting for. Anything worth keeping is worth dying for.
Man, that abundance, was that it? How was that? Sis? Where's my sister?
I'm gonna let you know when I speak, when I got my keynote on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
that's
by
what
the way,
I'm talking about. Yeah, people used to me, before Drop Squad, everybody used to me going hard with the Morris Divine National Movement. So I really want to get people an update of where I'm at, spiritually to economically. So let's make it make sense.
That's right. That's right. Well, my sister Abundance, thank you very much for coming on and spending time with us, man. That was, and again, family, she's going to be speaking this coming Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday she's keynoting, and Blue Pillar is Pope Pablo is keynoting on Sunday at Nicholas, Brooklyn. So y'all get y'all tickets, come out, or if you come, take a snapshot of this flyer, and you can show this flyer at the door, and I will give you a discount from the door price at the door. So just take a snapshot of that flyer or bring one of the hardcore flyers with us. So, man, Abundance, thank you very much for coming on.
My
man.
pleasure. My duty.
I love you. Yeah, man. You
NDL.
gotta go. NDL. You gotta go to her spot in Delaware because she got a great job.
Yeah, no, I'm coming to get a plate. I'm a country boy. I'm coming to eat. Yeah, I want to play. She look like she can cook.
Oh, she could cook. Whole family could cook, bro. Whole family could cook. My brother, let me see if anybody else have a question before I let you go, because I still got things to do here. But I know you. Let's show what's going on again. I want to show what's happening, what you got coming up. I got to keep on spreading love because you got a great event coming up. Hold on, let me share screen again. Make sure people know that this is where it's going to be at in the great state of Texas, Houston, Texas. If you want to vend, they got the vendors. This is the website. Let me show them the website to make sure everybody is in the building, fadeofficial.com. Make sure y'all come on out. This is the story that they are going to share their wisdom. Oh, get the tickets now. Look at this. They got a whole festival going on down there. It's going to be off the hizzle for shizzle, family. A legendary Big Chief Topcatz is doing it big out there. And I'm so proud of the brother doing it. November 22nd, location, Houston, Texas. All kinds of activities are going to be going in and out, up and down, one-day events. So just come in for the weekend and get on out after that. Come in for the weekend and have a good time. Let's recognize this holidays and stands for the Foundational American Indigenous Day, man. We got to make sure we show them love.
For us, by us.
Yes, for us, by us. And that's what a specific event held on November 22nd in Houston, Texas, which celebrates indigenous culture through music, food, and other activities. Man, let me give that a round of applause. Stop playing. Woo! Man,
I want to say this to them. This how easy it is. And take your DM if you have time.
Yeah.
I want to close out with something I see in your DM.
Okay, check that.
Listen, y'all. So, Fade, 11/22. Today is 11/11. We are 11 days away from the event, which is going to be 2 master numbers, 11 and the 22.
That's right.
Simon, can you tell us what the significance around that date? What type of power would that hold?
Man, remember 11 plus 22 is 33. And 33 is the master healer, the master teacher, the master guide. And remember, 33 is called the Christ anointed energy. So anything that's going on that particular day, in particular, that 11/22 day, and although I want y'all to be that it adds up to a number 6. 6 deals with harmony, peace, justice, balance, reciprocity. Yeah. So whatever is supposed to be presented on November the 22nd, because it breaks down, even when you add it to the 9-year, it'll break down all the way to the number 6. 6 is that feminine energy of finding energy, finding that divine feminine energy that's finding balance, harmony, justice, peace, refinement, beauty, and forgiveness. So whatever.
Hold on. Watch this, OG. You brought this up. So, Bro Rich is sending out cigars.
Yes,
so we're gonna have a ceremony, and everyone gonna write down the things that either hurt them or things that they want to do away with, that they do not serve them. Or that is in the way of them, going to the next level and becoming a high version of themselves.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have a ceremony of that. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that's what actually is gonna take place. Like the last thing you just said. So we're actually doing that. And shout out to Rich. Rich said he's sending out box of cigars for the ceremony. for that ceremony right there.
Give a round of applause, Brother Rich. Right now, he's on with Dr. B right now, so I know he can't watch. I know I sent it to him, but he'll watch it later. He's on with Dr. B. But, bro, thank you so much, man, for coming on. And again, that event is about healing. And because it adds up to that 1122 adds up to that master number 33, be masterful. As a ceremonial, as somebody who's conducting this, you're also a master number 22, born on the 3rd month. So that 3 energy is there with that 22. All you have to do is just masterfully connect with everybody around and be willing to spread love on the highest healing frequency ever, and people will support it 1,000% anywhere in the world.
And that's what's been happening too. It's crazy how many people that called us, say, hey man, how can I help? And so even today we got good news. We bringing in, we got some good people that's coming in. It also united the city. So I'm from Houston. A lot of sides of towns don't get along, but this event is going to be people from the north, the south, the east, the west, that all coming together. And this haven't happened in a long time. So that balance, that reciprocity you speak about, there are going to be more women there than men. So when you talk about that feminine energy and that divine energies, all of these I'm listening. I'm like, this is exactly what's taking place. The women are the ones behind the scenes, making sure everything is getting together, everything is taken care of. And so, everything is happening in divine order, 1122. We got the best barbecue. We out there frying fish, shrimp plates. I'm talking about Texas style, burnt end brisket, cowboy beans, macaroni. We even have a vegan menu, which we're gonna serve vegan burgers, vegan gumbo, vegan boudin. See, these are cultural foods down here I probably never heard of. Boudin, crawfish, etouffee, things of this nature. Yeah, so we want to bring out that culture, and man, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We got Zydeco teachers out there. If you don't know how to Zydeco, we have one of the most popular Zydeco teachers and dancers out right now. She will be there. We have another huge club. It's 40 women just by themselves. They don't even let men in the club. So that's what I'm saying, how much matriarchal energy is gonna be there. And by you saying that, level balances off with the number 6. Energy. I'm like, oh man, this is what's happening because the ladies taking over the show.
That's right. And when I say that's gonna be a big 6 day, bro, that's gonna be a big 6 day, son.
We have a lot of people. So y'all be expecting. It's gonna be a lot of people showing up. Did you pull that? What I had showed you?
I didn't get it. You put it. Can you put it in the private chat? What is it?
Probably not. Can you check your IG? Look at your IG real quick.
I'm on my IG right now. No, I didn't get anything from you. Check it out. Check it again. Send it again. I didn't get it from you. What is that? Is that a song? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Nah, I didn't get it from you. You got.
Let me try to.
You got the song?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to send it to your phone. Then to your phone. Then
don't send it to my phone. That
it said invite sent.
Nah.
King presents.
No, don't send it to that. Send it to King Simon 111 at King Simon 111. That's not the one. I'm gonna send you something from there right now. I'm gonna just send you love, the word love, and then that's where you send it to that one. Yeah, there it is. Send it to that one, and I can do it. Send it that way. I know I like the song that you played on Brother Rich. Please, let's do it.
Yeah, we got to end with that classic right there. We actually shoot a movie. I mean, we actually shooting a video to it.
Oh,
so
man.
y'all come out there, since we're gonna have everybody out there together. We're actually gonna shoot a video to the song. They calling it the Indian Anthem. One more thing I want to show too.
Yes, sir.
So be down there, and I can't get it to you in person, which I would have rather, but it's okay. You know, everything in divine order.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take that off.
Let's show
And
them.
we're gonna present the dinosaur.
Oh, you bugging dinosaur?
Yeah, let's get it out the box.
Man, I can say.
Let's get it out the box.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, your camera turned off.
okay, let's take it out the box.
Oh,
right
wow.
here. This is for you, for the work you've been doing. And we want to give people their feathers while they're here. You see right there, Chief University presents Fade Foundation American Indigenous Day, 11/22, Houston, Texas. So they'll never forget it. And yeah, you gonna hang this on the wall or wherever, you know. I know you got plenty of accomplishments through your life.
Yeah.
But we want to, you know.
Oh, brother, thank you very much, man. You and Billy, y'all be showing me so much love, man. I can't. Y'all be showing me too much love. I know
you deserve it.
I mean, you know, I like I tell people, I'm tired, but this work has been hard. But I love what I do. I love what I do, man. I tell people all the time, I still love what I do, regardless of what I'm going through in my own personal life. Matter of fact, let me send you the address in there too. I send you my address so you can send it out. When you're ready, so you can send everything. I want the glasses, all of it, brother. I need all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, these right here are shock move. We call
those. I like those shades. Those are tight, yo. Those are tight.
We call these the shock moves right here. Shock move is the messenger of the world. He's the messenger of the gods. So he's able to go. The Mayans looked at the world as an outer, an inner, and the underworld.
Yes,
so he's the messenger of the gods. He can go through both. He's also god of the water as well, and he's a jaguar god. So that's why we always put on for the Jaguars.
Well, my brother, I'm gonna play this song out, man. Thank you so much, and check your DM. I sent the address to you, to PO box to send it to. I mean, an address. It's a legal address. And Topcatz, any closing words for our people on healing and changing and growing? Just give us some words to help us.
I say this, man. No matter where you at in your life right now, you're not alone. Even if you feel like that, you know, a lot of us been through a lot of things, and we all have a testimony. We all have a story.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of us, you know, we may have people passed on, missed opportunities, in this lifetime. Mistakes is all right. You feel me? It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. It's not about where you at right now. It's about the work that you're putting into to get to the place that you is destined to be. And I want you to understand that it's already written. You already made this covenant. And once you find your purpose, you live in it and you give it everything you have to go after it. Because what you do in this life will echo in eternity. We want to leave a legacy. You know, we want to add on to the foundation, or if the foundation not there, we want to put it on our back and make sure it's there for the next generation. I always spit about the next generation and keeping the morals and the values and principles, even with, us, extracting the information, putting the information out. You still gonna have to be a PowerPoint. You still gonna have to do field research. You're gonna have to get your ass up to the computer. You're gonna have to get out there and touch the people. And if you're not doing those things, then you're not helping, you're hurting, because the next generation is gonna come up and they're gonna be taught wrong. So it's principles that we have to lead. But I'll leave y'all with this, man. As long as we have each other, we don't need nobody else. Strength and honor, hold the line. And again, what we do in this lifetime will echo in eternity. And I leave you with a quote that BCU always say, and that is, as long as we got each other, we don't need nobody else. And remember, genealogy is the highest form of spirituality. Why? Because it allows you to worship that in which you come from, and not that which is outside of you. Appreciate you, King Simon.
Appreciate you. Before I play this song, let me say the Delbert Blair's prayer, man, because Delbert Blair would definitely love what you're doing. Let me say, Dr. B says, first of all, he says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm grateful and thankful for my life. And Delbert Blair always used to close out with, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up our mind, our spirits, and our soul to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Delbert Blair, because you come into my dreams, we talk. That's my brother, man. I love him. Dr. B, he was just on Brother Rich. Big Chief, man. I'm going to play this song and we going to get on out of here, man. And again, thank you so much for being the great person that you are, man, and coming on here and delivering the message. People, rewind this. Listen, study, research. Abundance Child, thank you for coming in to be one of the only callers to come in and say what you had to say. Thank you, Abundance. Big up to her and the whole family. They will be at my event. Love you, my brother, man. And I wish I could make it out there, but but next time.
We got many more to go. We got many more to go. We just getting started.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, fam.
Yes, sir. Let's play this song on out of here. Here we go.
I like that Honduran cigar, the spirits rise. Smoke curling like ancestors whispering in the skies. Dr. Sebi in my left ear saying heal from inside. This ain't no new land, we the ones they try to deny. Before Columbus ever dreamed of ship to steer, we was building mounds, doing rituals with no fear. From Yucatan to Galveston, New Orleans near. That's the triangle of soul, but the map been clear. Second lines ain't parades, that's ancestral rights. Tambourines and feathers under full moonlight. We ain't immigrants now, we the original might. Built pyramids and bone flutes before Rome took flight. Topcatz said it loud, stop begging for permission. Our culture ain't missing, it's just deep in tradition. We ain't African cause they told us we remember the mission. The land speaks Creole, soul food and intuition, yo. We been here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the kiss of the sun. Smoke rise from the leaf, yeah, we talk to the sky. And the ancestors' rhythm, we never die. We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still live. This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears. Granny sat me down, roll something slow. Said when you puff, give thanks, let the cosmos know. I inhale the jungle, exhale the flow. Spitting stories that the textbook still scared to show. Cigar lit like a torch from ancient rites. Aromas like prayers to the Orishas at night. New Orleans ain't a tourist tale, it's black divine. Where the jazz horns been time and the spirits align. Forget Columbus, we was dancing in stars. Trading turquoise, dripping culture in bars. Drums talking codes, spirits moving cars. Look close, the past ain't gone, it's just behind these stars. From Congo Square to Trammy porches, we built this land, no need for endorsements. The Mardi Gras beads ain't just for decor. That's soul armor, homie, we was gods before war. We been here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the kiss of the sun. Smoke rise from the leaf, yeah, we talk to the sky. In the ancestors' rhythm, we never die. We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still live. This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears. Through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the kiss of the sun. Smoke rise from the leaf, yeah, we talk to the sky. In the ancestors' rhythm, we never die. We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still live. It's our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears. We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still live. It's our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears. I like that Honduran cigar, the spirits rise. Smoke curling like ancestors whispering in the skies. Dr. Sebi in my left ear.